Okay, we're going to be graphing cube root functions. So the cube root function that we're going to graph is y equals the cube root of x. Another way to write this is to put the x in parentheses, raised to the 1/3 power. Remember that the 1 represents the power on the x and the 3 represents the roots. So to graph this, let's go ahead and make a table. And I'm going to choose some perfect cubes. So one perfect cube is going to be 0, because 0 times 0 times 0 equals 0. So the cube root of 0 is 0. The next perfect cube is 1, because 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. The next perfect cube is 8, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Got those turned around. Sorry. And let's go the other direction now. -1 is a perfect cube, because -1 times -1 times -1, 3 negatives, 3 is odd, so you get a negative answer. So the cube root of -1 is -1. And the next one, -8. The cube root of -8 is -2, because -2 times -2 times -2 is -8. So when I plug these in to x and take the cube root, these are the results. So let's go ahead and plot this. We got 0, 0, 1, 1, 8, 2, 6, 7, 1, 2. Okay. And then go in the other direction, -1, -1. And there's our cube root function. So the domain for our cube root function is going to be all real numbers, or from -infinity on the left to +infinity on the right. The range is going to be the same because it's going down infinitely, because this is, even though it looks like it's flattening out, it continues to go down gradually and up infinitely. So all real numbers. Okay, so when we transform this function, this is the point that translates left and right and up and down. So remember that. So if I want to move this function 2 units to the left, all the points move left 2 units. If I move it up, all the points move up 2 units. So with the parameter changes, they are the same as the square root function. We'd have our vertical stretch or compression. We would have, I'm going to go ahead and use omega here as my horizontal stretch or compression. Then the x, and then the h is my horizontal translation left or right. And then my k value is my vertical translation up and down. So remember that this represents the third root. Another way to write it just like that. Okay, let's see. And you know your parameter changes, so I don't have to go over those. I think that's going to be it for the video notes. Yeah, looks good. See you guys tomorrow.